What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Outside Line Media. And today we are talking about the Coca-Cola 600, or in the words of somebody who is not sponsored by Coca-Cola, the World 600.
The World 600.
Ryan, we both just watched the race replay. We were stuck in traffic with absolutely no cell service to be able to watch the race.
Was tragic.
Yeah, looked like a decent enough race. Charlotte has always put on a pretty good one. I want to say it was a 93% on the Jeff Gluck poll.
Yeah, it looked really good. A lot of people liked it. We did catch some of it in the car, and I watched some when we got back before I passed out. Didn't catch the end, but Prime did really good.
Yeah.
No laps in the last no ads in the last 60 laps.
Only
The
complaint is the
side-by-side was
mini box is a
successful.
little slow. It's a little small.
Yeah, it's a
But
little small, but it's doable. Like the replays where they would keep the live action on. I feel like that's something Fox
how
needs to
did
quite
you
often
like
really put away.
how did you like the rapid recap? I know you used that at one point during the
It was
race.
actually pretty cool. I just wanted to test it, so I ripped a rapid recap, and it's good. I mean, it just shows you highlights. Sure, it can be packaged up a little better, but it's good. It gets you caught up on the action. It just goes through some action. Yeah, I like it. I'm sure it's like a model, and it'll be trained as more races go on. It'll get better. I assume.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably just based off of their AWS AI backend.
Yeah, exactly.
Which Amazon's AI is super nice.
Yeah.
I've
But Ross
experimented with
Chastain
it a
wins.
little bit, but I think it'll be really cool for what they can make it do.
Yeah, but Ross Chastain wins from 40th on a backup car. The one benefit of this race being in Charlotte, they were able to go back to the shop and do it. So
Yeah.
they rebuilt this car in their shop overnight. Boys spent the whole night in the factory, and clearly they got it right because he went from 40th to first. Incredible drive. Steals one from William Byron, who had a dominant weekend overall. Won all stages of the Xfinity
Hey, if
race.
you ask the Hendrick boys, that was Denny Hamlin giving that win away to Ross Chastain.
Yeah, delusional, by the way. Denny Hamlin did exactly what he was supposed to. He was a
So
lap
glad
car
I'm
for
not
the
associated with them anymore. We'll get into that.
But we got Ross Chastain, William Byron, Chase Briscoe top three. William Byron looked good. Chase Briscoe looked good. Glad to see him there. Denny Hamlin looked like the real guy who had a great chance to win this race. And on his last set of stops, his team did not get the fuel in on the second can. Had to take another stop, ended up being lap traffic. But that car was competitive.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like him and William Byron were exchanging. It was a great battle. And as you said, he was there at the very end, but he held his line on the bottom and did exactly what you're supposed to do.
I think more the thing that hurt William Byron in the end is he got into the wall in 1 and 2 a little bit, and that's definitely not doing him favors trying to draft back on Chastain on the back straight.
Yeah, he got in the wall a couple times, so just not going to help there. So I think Kyle Larson spins out pretty early from the lead. Finally fights back throughout the race, gets back on the lead lap, and gets collected in a wreck caused by Daniel Suarez.
It looks like he left room. It was a racing incident.
Yeah, it was Suarez.
Like he left room.
Yeah, Suarez and then Blaney was up top. Who was in the middle of the sandwich? I'm blanking.
19 Briscoe, I want to say.
Was it Briscoe?
I think so.
So good on him for getting back to getting second.
I think it was Briscoe.
I think so. And then he also collects Justin Haley and Kyle Larson ending Kyle Larson's day, ending Justin Haley's day, who had a decently fast car.
Yeah, Kyle Larson just a bad day for him overall for Indy and
for his 625 whatever miles he actually ended up running.
Yeah, nowhere close to 1100.
No.
It was, now that I've listened back on the audio, I think the guy saying some fucking idiot crashed was his spotter.
Yeah, it was his spotter, so
it's just a sarcastic thumbs up for me.
Yeah, and if your only defender on Twitter is Corey LaJoy, I'm not going to repeat what it said, but go to Corey LaJoy's Twitter, go to where he's defending Kyle Larson, and go in the replies.
Yep.
It is the funniest stuff ever I've seen out there. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
it's the
repeat it
fact
because
Ryan brought up like, oh yeah, there was this person defending it, and then
yeah, I
I'm
didn't know it
scrolling
was
through
him.
Twitter and I'm like, bro, it's Corey LaJoy. And if
Yeah,
you want to
I
know
got it.
Ryan's feelings on Corey LaJoy, go back to our Daytona 500 recap video.
I hate Corey LaJoy with a passion. He's so bad that he's a midfield rider in Cars Tour. The bum. Um, but yeah. Last notable thing I believe that happened in the race was Carson Hocevar blew up. His spotter thought it was a tire rub, but as Carson Hocevar so elegantly said, it fucking blew up. Blew his engine from a very. I mean, he looked competitive. He looked like he was
he
in that
was right
fight.
up there fighting for the win.
Spire was up there, and
I
he'd be up
wonder.
there
Let me
too.
look at the standings. I wonder where he's at in the standings.
But
Not not bad. 22nd.
yeah. But overall, the great race. As I said, Jeff Gluck pulled it good. Overall good. Check out the highlights. Prime did a great job. I don't want any excuses about Prime. You can get a 1 month free trial and watch all the races they have.
And they did a
And I don't
really
know.
good job. They've got NBC's director and like their whole production side. So they're using NBC Productions basically for all their stuff, which the NASCAR fans on Twitter seem to really, and Reddit even, seem to really like NBC compared to Fox in
Yeah.
terms of how they cut races and then just add in Amazon bringing that technology back into it. I think we're due a really good package for these next few races.
Yeah, and Prime is no slouch. This isn't new stuff to them. Their technology always holds up generally.
Yeah.
I've
It's not
watched a
like
lot of live events.
Netflix.
I was just about to say I've watched a lot of live sporting events on streaming platforms, and the only one that is 100% reliable to me has been Prime for Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
So great things come. Check it out. But let's see. How'd your predictions do, Pat?
I got one person in the top three, and that was William Byron.
Same here. Same here, brother.
What about your hit the apex, Ryan? How did that do?
I had Denny Hamlin. It looked on, but his
So
fueler
close to
just
being
shot
on.
that down. His fueler shot that down. So tough day.
Yeah. I had Chase
But
Elliott.
mm,
To quote a Chase Elliott fan, solid points day.
on points day. That's Chase Elliott's game right there. So sixth place from him.
I mean, like,
Real quick, shout out
arguably,
Brad. Shout out Brad Keselowski real quick.
yeah.
Finally had a top 5 result. It was fifth, granted, but he needed it. Oh my god, he's needed it.
If I had to ask you where you think Chase Elliott is in the standings right now,
Fourth or fifth,
yeah,
knowing Chase Elliott.
fourth in the standings. He is
Yeah.
beating Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, Joey Logano, and Alex Bowman.
Yeah.
The only people ahead of him are Seabell, Larson, and Byron.
Yeah, it's
And that is with 0 wins.
Yep, Chase Elliott will be Chase Elliott.
And only 76 laps led. 0 playoff points, by the way.
That's incredible. Who'd you have missing the Apex?
My miss the apex was Kyle Larson.
And that hit.
Brother, it hit hard, just like he did.
Yep, twice. His car might have been upside down and destroyed if Charlotte didn't have the road course and didn't have turf.
Yeah.
Because he went all spin. A couple people did that. I think we forgot to mention Jimmy Johnson crashed and collected Zilly. Very sad.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, Larson, a lot of drama out of the Indy 500 this year. After a Penske driver crashed on the formation lap.
Don't call him a Penske driver. Scott McLaughlin crashed on the formation lap.
I knew that was going to be a way to just get under Ryan's skin a little bit.
There's separation there. Okay?
This brother was scratching out the Team Penske logo on his koozie.
Actually, I have it right here.
Yeah, just put some electrical tape over it.
I am going to. We were in the car. I had electrical tape, and I was checking my Scott McLaughlin jersey for Penske logos. There's no Penske logos on it, so
it's the koozie that got him, though.
Koozie got me, so I took a pen
and. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Like Kyle Larson has just kind of felt like a little bit of an arrogant asshole lately.
Welcome to my life, brother.
Just like ever since the Xfinity comments, it's just kind of started going downhill with him.
Yep.
I still respect the hell out of the guy. He's a really good driver, and I love what he's doing for dirt racing. We actually had a really long conversation about his dirt racing the other day.
Yeah, me and Patrick have went back and forth over text over, not back and forth, maybe just a discussion over.
Yeah. An enlightening discussion talking about if he left NASCAR, what that would mean for the dirt side, basically.
Yeah.
Just because of some comments he made at the awards banquet for the Indy 500. But
Yeah.
Indy 500, he crashed out of it, collected 2 other drivers in that crash. Took out my boy Stingray. That's the straw that broke the camel's back, dude.
Taking out Stingray.
Taking out Stingray, dude. It's on site at that point. So I am now claiming Carson Hocevar as my favorite driver in NASCAR.
Oh, like main driver? You got nothing? You ain't got nobody else?
I'll have to see what the vibes are for a topside driver because I'm not gonna take full pain. I'm thinking, get ready to boo me, chat. Maybe Denny Hamlin.
Oh my God, Joe Gibbs brothers.
Am I gonna turn into a Denny fan?
I like Denny
because like I like having I have a driver that's at like the top end of the series, one towards the middle, and then one kind of in the lower tier. I don't know where the fuck Carson Hocevar sits in that. It depends on the weekend.
He goes like this.
He's fighting for the win. He's blowing up. He's just running in the middle of the pack. He's fighting for the win. He commits to terrorism.
I have C-Bell and I have SVG. I have the top and bottom. I have a NASCAR sandwich.
But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of see what the vibes are over the next few races. Still like Kyle, but I just don't think I can call him my favorite driver anymore. I also just am getting sick of being associated as a Kyle Larson fan. It's like I was talking about. If people understand IndyCar, there's Pato fans and there's fans of Pato. There's Kyle Larson fans and there's fans of Kyle Larson. I don't want to be lumped into the Kyle Larson fan category.
Yep. No, I know exactly what you're saying. That makes sense. And I'm sure
you know the guy on Instagram I'm thinking of, don't you?
I know the exact one you're thinking of to a T. I've sent images of that man quite often. Yeah, big updates there. But I guess my miss the apex was Spire Motorsports. And while for a second I thought about arguing it, I thought about getting the numbers down. I don't think you can say team missed the apex when they finish in the top 10.
Especially when it's a team like Spire.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
That did not hit. And I had Larson finishing the double. That did not happen. Patrick, you didn't have him finishing, right?
No, I did have him finishing the double. I just didn't think it was going to be a good finish, but I thought it was going to be lead lap in both races.
So
that's the thing. Like, man, last year he looked a lot better in Indy.
I think the hybrids really just threw it off for him.
Yeah.
So he never.
I mean, he went from really clean, really fast weekend last year to crashing 3 times over the course of.
Yeah.
No.
Cars just got difficult with this
3 times.
Cars just got difficult.
I mean, we even saw Colton Herta hitting it into the wall. I mean, it's not a big difference, but.
Yeah. But that brings. I got 1 point this week. Pat, how many did you get?
I got 3. It is now 36-25 with me in the lead.
I'm getting blown out. I don't know ball.
Bro doesn't know NASCAR.
We'll bounce back. It's okay. We'll bounce back. Let's roll into next week.
I got some wild predictions.
Yeah, I'm just thrilled to see this. We're in Nashville. Going back to Music City.
Love Nashville. IndyCar race is great there. I haven't watched a NASCAR race on it yet.
Greatest track pastor. Greatest track pastor of all time. Don't forget it. He's the guy who did the
oh yeah.
God bless my smoking hot wife. We thank you for the Fords, the Yates, the Brown.
Thank you for the Sunoco racing fuel.
In God's name, boogity, boogity, boo, amen. That's the pastor.
I'm so glad we got to experience that in real life because he also did the IndyCar invocation there too.
Yeah. So it should be good. Excited to see this. Who do you got? Let's get right into.
Well, I am just first of all, real quick. I am interested to see what that turn 4 bump will do. We've seen bumps unsettling a lot of cars in NASCAR this
Yes.
season. So I am interested with that turn 4 bump at Nashville, what it'll do to those
Yes,
cars.
because there's something we witnessed in NASCAR.
But it is
NASCAR,
painted.
IndyCar.
It is painted at Texas, or at Nashville. So it should catch less drivers out than the one in, where was that, Kansas?
Kansas was there. Texas.
Texas.
I think.
There's a lot
Texas,
of tracks with a lot of weird
yeah,
bumps on them.
bumps catch people out. But yeah, it should be good. Who do you got winning?
Oh, we're starting from the top here. Okay.
Let's start from the top. Let's switch it up.
I got Chase Elliott winning.
Wow. Okay.
It's going to be a really solid points day for him.
Really good points day for Chase Elliott. Denny Hamlin. Eventually, he has to have a good weekend, right?
I mean, he's already in the championship, so like he can have absolute shit luck until the championship.
Still want the playoff.
He's getting all the bad luck out of the way. He's finally winning a championship this year. Okay. I'm getting on the bandwagon just in time, bro. Also, shout out, now I get to cheer for a Toyota instead of a Chevy if I cheer for Denny. You guys know how I feel about Toyota Gazoo Racing.
We might have got him, boys. We might have gotten him.
I'm right there with the Denny Hamlin solid weekend. I got him in P2 this weekend.
Okay. I like it.
He got in P2, Ryan.
I'm about to speak treason into this chat. I'm about to speak heinous crimes. I got Joey Logano coming second.
Oh, you're a bitch.
I just want to see him not win.
Only reason he did well last year is because we had 8 overtimes.
I know. Who's to say we won't have that again?
That's the reason why he got into the playoffs last year, too.
I'm well aware. I remember this, bro. I understand.
I didn't follow NASCAR that closely last year. I saw Kyle Larson post something about it on Instagram. And I'm like, I look at the box score and I just see overtime. Yeah. All I knew was I hated Joey Logano at that point, and I liked Kyle Larson. Who you got in P3?
Did you say you got in P2? Oh, Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, I got Denny. Yeah.
Silly me.
I want to see P3.
I got Michael McDowell. Have a day, Mike. I don't know why. I just have a feeling.
Okay.
Something in the air smells Michael McDowell. I wonder how he did last year.
I didn't even look at last year. Last year's results really don't matter.
Michael McDowell blew up his transmission last year. Bounce back season.
I was going to say, it's not like you can even use last year's results. There were 8 fucking overtimes.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I've got Carson Hocevar P3.
I like it.
I think he's going to bounce back. That brand new engine's going to roar.
I'm here for it. Who do you got hitting the Apex?
Bro, it's Michael McDowell's weekend.
Let's go! It's a Michael McDowell weekend, baby. It's a Michael McDowell weekend. Damn it, that means my prediction hits, yours hits. You're such a bitch for that.
And if he gets a P4, yours doesn't hit and mine still hits. I've got faith in him, but not podium faith in him.
Get P4 today. Let's get P4 today. I got Bubba Wallace hitting the Apex. I think I'll have a good week.
It's a nice intermediate oval for him. What about your missed Apex? Oh.
2311. They're coming back. I'll be back. Don't worry about it. My missed Apex, Ryan Blaney.
Ryan Blaney fans just going to keep having bad luck.
Yep, the woes will continue.
Beatings will continue until morale improves.
Who's your miss?
I'm going bold here.
Okay.
You want bold predictions out of me? I'm going bold. I have Team Penske missing the Apex.
Kind of my same thought process for Ryan Blaney. I'm here for
Brother, you have, I don't want to hear it. You have Joey Logano in P2.
Okay, they can still miss the Apex. Don't worry about it. I like that. I think the woes of Penske will continue. I do tend to agree with that.
Roger had a bad weekend last weekend. Let's keep it going.
Keep it going. Who do you think is going to be the biggest surprise of the week?
I didn't go with a who for this. I went for a what. There will be no overtime in this race.
No overtimes. If you went with a what, I'm going to make a what off what up on the top of my head because I went with a person. Can I go? You know what? Falling in the vein of my hit the apex, I think 2311 will be the fastest car on the track. I think a 2311 car will get the fastest lap.
Sorry, I think I'm hearing things. Hold on, let me just. What did you say?
Said a 2311 car will get the fastest lap this week.
Jesus Christ, Chad, he's delusional.
Not in quality. I'm saying in the race. They'll get that little icon near their name. They'll have the fast lap.
If you say so, brother.
I believe. But yeah, that's Nashville. Excited for this. Be watching this on the beach. I should be at the beach by the time this race happens. I will kick up and have my phone on Prime watching NASCAR. I'm very excited. Comment below you think what your biggest surprise of the weekend you think is going to be. Is it that Patrick's stupid? Could be the biggest surprise this weekend.
It is a surprise when I'm stupid. No, it's not a surprise when you're stupid, Ryan.
Walked into that one, unfortunately.
You did.
What are you gonna do? But yeah,
is Michael McDowell going to be the biggest surprise of the weekend?
He will. I think Ross Chastain is going to do good too. I just figured I'd throw that out there too. I think Trackhouse is going to be.
Bruce is taking all the bummy drivers, even though Ross Chastain's in the playoffs.
He just won a race.
But yeah, everyone have a great weekend and tell Ryan he's a bum in the comments.
Yep. Fuck Kyle Larson.